All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back. Big boy slate tonight, Tuesday. Amazing contest in the DraftKings streets. Looking forward to this contest, or this slate here tonight, playing these contests here. Looking at tonight, we got 10 games on the docket. A lot of really good spots, but overall pretty even slate here. So without further ado, I'm going to pull it up, share my screen. You know the drill. We're going through the stone here over at SHIPITNation.com, breaking down this slate. First game on the docket here is a pretty good one. Boston at home here against Detroit. Boston should kind of have their way in this matchup here. They are minus 200 favorites here. Really good expected goal matchup here for the Bruins. Detroit's penalty kill has been pretty brutal, but so has Boston's power play at home for sure. So I like the spot for Boston. Could be a spot where Boston kind of just sleepwalks. We definitely see that quite a bit with this Boston squad. But I do have some interest in, not my favorite stack of the day, but definitely pretty good, especially if these ownerships stay pretty close to where they're at right now. Zacha, amazing play. Pasta, amazing play. Morgan Geeky, if you want the full line stack there, you can definitely go that. Or you can just cut it off at Zacha, Pasta, and then add in a guy like Charlie Mack there. Get a little three-man line one, power play one stack there. Definitely like that quite a bit. Outside of that, not a ton of interest. I don't think I get to Korpisalo. If you want to spend up at Korpisalo, you can definitely get there. On the Red Wings side, not going to play really any of these Detroit pieces against the Bruins here for me. It's kind of Boston or pass. If you wanted to punt with some of these value D-men down here, you could. But I like other spots better on this slate. So not going to get to any of the Red Wings. Like Boston a lot. You can add in Brad Marchand too at 5,500. He's got a good price point. Get a little bit different. Nobody's going to play, if they play Boston, nobody's going to play line two with Lindholm, Marchand. You can definitely go there, but I definitely like Zacha, Pasta, and Charlie Mack. That three-man stack I like quite a bit. Next game on the slate here, the Avs and the Sabres here. I think the Avs definitely get some ownership here because anytime people see Buffalo on the slate, they kind of run to the window there and just slam it in. But looking at the numbers, Sabres been better at home, especially in the expected goals category. Where the Avs have been terrible is their penalty kill. The Avs killing off just 64.5% of penalties on the road this season. So if you want a virtually unowned stack that could absolutely nuke the slate, going to power play one for the Sabres here, Tage Thompson, Cousins, Peterka, Zucker, Rasmus Dahlin. Nobody's going to play that power play. I like it a lot. Dahlin, Thompson, throwing a Zucker at 3,400. Nice value play there. Peterka. Nobody's going to play them. The Avs, Georgiev is absolutely horrendous as well. So give me Buffalo in this game, actually. I like Buffalo side in tournaments here at no ownership against Georgiev and this terrible Avs penalty kill. Avs full fade for me. If I were to spend up, I'd rather go to a guy like Connor McDavid, to be honest. I just don't want to spend up on these guys here. Could haunt me. If I go to the Avs, it'd be line two with Middlestat, Nichushkin, and Kovalenko here. But realistically, give me the Sabres in this game. UPL as well in tournaments, I think it is an amazing option because he's going to see a ton of volume. He's 7,300. I think the Sabres have an outside shot to win this game. The Avs are only minus 150 favorites here, so Vegas kind of sees similar to what I'm looking at here. So give me the Sabres in this matchup. Like them a decent amount in tournaments there for sure. Next game on the slate here, this is an interesting one because if Patrick Laine is back, Montreal line one, or Montreal three-man stack with Motorcycle, Nick Suzuki, Cole DeGold, Caulfield, and Patrick Laine would be absolutely incredible. Last time these two played, Caulfield lit these guys up. I think Montreal lost 4-3 here, so definitely going to see some goals in this one. I think the Islanders side is definitely going to be the more popular side for sure in tournaments, as you can see by this ownership, because these price points are super cheap here. I don't know if the Islanders have the upside on this slate to be what you need, right, to take down tournaments. I think there's a lot of really smash spots on the slate that we're going to see. And I don't know if the Islanders have that upside to get there. They could. If I'm going to them, it'd be the Brock Nelson line 2 here with Nelson, Palmieri, and Maxime, who's been great right now. I will say Simone Holmstrom here at 2.6K, coming off back-to-back amazing games. I think he scored 20+ in the last 2 games. Could be a spot to jump off the wagon if you've been playing him. Stick on it. Line 1 and line 2 for me with the Islanders, a lot of ownership is going to come them way. I think in tournaments, I'd rather just play Montreal side, especially if Liney's back. If Liney's not back, I still think you can 2-man stack Caulfield and Suzuki with Matheson. Don't mind that. Caden Gould is always a good option too. Lane Hudson too down in the defense aspect. I will say Dennis Cholowski, 2.8K. If he's still on that top power play, you can add him into your Islander stack. But I expect we see goals in this game. I'm off both goalies in here. I think this is kind of another track meet. I could see another 4-3, 5-4 type game here. Montreal side in tournaments is my slight lean due to the ownership. And if Liney's back, he plays no defense, but that gives a ton of boost to that top line offensive wise. Next game on the slate here is an interesting one because Penguins have been playing better lately, but Jari still is horrendous. I mean, this dude is Swiss cheese. If you hold up a piece of Swiss cheese, you're going to see the holes. That's Tristan Jari. So Panthers could hang a number on here. Line 2 is my preferred option. Sammy Bennett, I like him a ton with Tkachuk and Verhaeghe. Really like line 2 stack here. I expect a ton of ownership going to their way because everybody sees they're -180 favorites, returner Stanley Cup champs, and everybody sees, right, this goal against average here for Tristan Jari, giving up almost 4 goals a game. He's got an 88% save percentage. I mean, that's horrendous. I can't even skate out there, and I might be able to do better. Just stand in front of the net and just close your eyes and hope you block the shot, because that's about what Tristan Jari does out there. So Florida, going to be chalky. I'm lower on them than what the field sees right here. I'm seeing 20+% ownership on all these guys. I will say probably one of the best plays on the slate is Aaron Ekblad at 3,700, top line, top power play, playing all the minutes he can handle against the Pens here. Elite matchup. Penguins are horrendous against defenders. So my favorite plays in this game are actually from the defense standpoint. I love Ekblad, I love Carlson, and I love Chris Letang. Letang coming off the absolute monster. Could be a spot that, hey, you don't really want to chase that, but man, the minutes are there. I mean, this dude's playing over 23 minutes. He's getting power play time, and we used to play 6K for this dude, 7K for this dude. He's 3,800, which is ridiculous. So give me the defenders in here. Panthers line 2 on the Penn side. Not going to play any Pens, but Ricard Raquel at 4.8K, still a really nice price point. You can pair him up with a little 2-man stack with a guy like Eric Carlson, Ricard Raquel. Don't hate that. Malkin, I prefer Malkin over Crosby as well, but pretty good game environment for sure. Takes me to the next game, the best matchup on the slate. I love the Caps. Connor McMichael is the best Connor Mick on this slate. McDavid, who is he? Because Connor McMichael is here. He's almost $4,000 cheaper than what McDavid is, and I can see him smashing this slate here. I love Caps line 1. At this ownership is absurd because, I mean, Florida's going to be chalkier than the Caps here. The Caps literally are bright green in every matchup category. Expected goals number, they're the best home expected goals team in the league. Facing a team that gives up a ton of goals. They give up the second most shots on the road per game. They have a really bad penalty kill. Well, not really bad, but a 78% penalty kill. They give up a ton of power plays as well, do the Sharks, and a ton of high danger chances. And the Caps draw the most high danger chances in the league as well on home ice. Give me Dylan Strome, give me Connor McMichael, give me Tom Wilson, and give me John Carlson. Love those guys a ton. Carlson's going to be the chalkiest guy of them all. You could leave him off. If you want to leave Dylan Strome off at 6.4K, you could. You can even 2-man stack the Connor McMichael, Tom Wilson, and then throw in like a Jacob Chychrun to middle some of that ownership off of Carlson, or throw in Carlson. Stack them up any which way. Washington, the best plays on the slate by far. And I'm pretty shocked to see the ownership staying relatively in check here. Definitely helps when you got teams like Florida, Carolina, stuff like that on the slate. But full load the wagon on the Caps here. Logan Thompson as a spend-up goalie, definitely firmly in play for sure. Sharks are a fade for me. You can play Macklin Celebrini anytime he's on the slate, but Caps just play tough at home. They're gritty. They're very good, and this team is coming around, right? Even with Ovi off the ice, thrust a lot of guys into ton of minutes, like Pierre-Luc Dubois here at 3.4K. He's another great option for sure. So, Caps full slam dunk for me. My favorite stack of the night. Next game on the slate here, Kraken heading into Carolina. This is an amazing matchup as well for Carolina. My second favorite stack of the night: Sebastian Aho, Martin Necas. Going right back to the well with those guys. Seth Jarvis throwing him there. He's down on that third line. Nobody's going to really play them. If you really want a sneaky snack, going to that third line with Jordan Stahl, Martinook, and Seth Jarvis, and then throwing a guy like Shane Gospassier who correlates on the third line and on that top power play. Four-man power play stack there four-man stack for Carolina. You get two guys on the top power play. You get the full line 3 stack. And nobody's going to play them. So give me that. If Grubauer's in that, love it a ton. Grubauer is terrible. Decord has been horrendous. So guns a-blazing. Load up on the Hurricanes, load up on the Caps, my 2 favorite stacks of the night. And I'm seeing no ownership going to this Hurricanes squad as minus 250 favorites here against the Kraken at home. Sign me up. Next game on the slate here, Canucks and the Wild here. This is a 5.5 total here. 2 really good defensive squads here. I will tell you, if there was a spot to play Vancouver at no ownership at all, it would be in this spot with Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser, Jake DeBrusk, and Quinn Hughes. I hate it. I don't love it. But if they do draw penalties, there's a good chance that they score, because Minnesota is horrendous on the penalty kill. The only issue is they don't give up a lot of penalties. They limit high danger chances as well. They're just very, very good, especially at home ice. I mean, they got one of the best banging lines, one of the best defensive lines in hockey, right? With guys like Hartman, Foligno. They're just very good, very good. I will say the favorite play from this game is Jared Spurgeon at 4.2K. Absolutely love him a ton. Jacob Middleton is another good option. Declan Chisholm as well at 2.8K or 2.6K, excuse me. But in tournaments, if you wanted to take a stab on some of these power play guys for the Canucks, 6.7K for Pettersson, Brock Besser, and DeBrusk, I'd probably cut it off there. I'm not going to pay 8K against Minnesota for Quinn Hughes, but that little 3-man stack, no ownership there. We have seen this matchup go crazy in years past. I think one of these, I think there was 18 goals scored between these two teams, one matchup last season. I don't see it here tonight. Gus Buss is probably my favorite goalie on the entire slate at 7.8K. He's been insane. He's at home. Ownership being held in check. He's been one of the best goalies in hockey, and I'm seeing very low ownership projected on him right now. So he's my favorite goalie on the slate. Outside of that, offensive-wise, really don't like this game a ton. Next game on the slate here is kind of another interesting one. Ownership's being held in check here. Again, that's the nature of slate. Anytime you get a 10-game slate like this, when you got tons of good matchups like we have here tonight, ownership's always going to be held in check. The Jets have kind of scuffled a little bit. I still think this is a pretty good spot for the Jets, because if Hofer's in net or Bennington's in net, both of them are trash. I think the Jets are in a good spot. Connor at 8.4K. If there's ever a spot to play him for a breakout, it's probably in this matchup. I mean, you click his game log, it's been horrendous. I think he comes in very, very low owned for his upside and talent at 8.4K. This could be a breakout spot for Kyle Connor. Mark Scheifele, like them. I actually probably prefer the second line a little bit with Vilardi and Perfetti. Perfetti owned this Blue squad earlier this year, 3.2K. If he's on the top power play, I like the little 2-man with Vilardi and Perfetti there. Like that quite a bit. Josh Morrissey, good option as well. Jets are one of my top 6 stacks on the slate. Not my favorites. Definitely put them behind the Hurricanes, the Caps, some of the other teams I talked about or am going to talk about. But this is a good spot for them to break out here. They haven't been great, but they started the year as looking like the best team in hockey, right? They're still 18-7. I still think they're one of the best teams in the league. They've dropped a couple here. Could be a good spot to get back on track. Connor Hellebuyck as a spend-up goalie, probably my favorite option at 8.2K. He's just a really, really good goalie. I think he's going to see some volume as well. The Blues are top 12 in the league for shots on net on the road, so he's definitely going to see some volume, and he's one of the best goalies out there, so like that quite a bit. Blues side for me, not going to any of these guys. Colton Parayko, you can always play him. Justin Falk. But outside of that, really don't want to mess with them too much here. I think the Jets bounce back here in kind of a big way at home. Take me to the next game on the slate here. People are going to say they want the slam dunk the Flames here. Pump the brakes for me. I don't know if I like the Jackets or have a newfound love for the Jackets, but I love this squad. They're severely underrated, and they got really good players overall. I mean, lines 1 and 2 are amazing. Sean Monahan, Marchenko, Vornikov are elite. Like them a ton. Fantilli's playing great with Sillinger, and Kent Johnson coming back is a huge boost. So Columbus line 2 for me is a slam dunk here. I love them a ton. Then line 1 for me is well definitely in play. Werensinski here at 8.3K, probably my favorite spend up D-man. I just don't love spending up here tonight. Value is pretty weak at the center and the wing position, so I kind of want to save a D-man here. So I don't know if I can get up to him. However, you could play him in the utility spot and then punt to your defender spots to make it work, because he basically acts as a wing. He plays about 26 minutes, 28 minutes. He's averaging almost 4 shots on goal per game. He's just heavily involved in this offense. So I like him. Line 2, Columbus line 2, my favorite from the Columbus side. Then line 1, all great plays. On the Flame side, I'm not chasing these Flames here. I get it. They were kind of woeful on that road trip here, returning home. Columbus punched this team in the mouth in Columbus earlier this year, 5-2. I think they won. I can see a similar game here. They're probably my favorite dog on the slate at plus 115. Not really a sports better by any means here, but I'm seeing a lot of ownership go to the Flames, and I'm going to cross that out. I will say the only guy, Kadri, is just way too cheap, 4,900. But I think DraftKings is kind of baiting you into playing these guys at these price points, and I'm going to fade it. I'm going to take my chance and fade it. I just think this is bait here. I think DraftKings is holding the little fishing pole out there and said, hey, come play these guys and watch your money disappear. So I will be off them. Give me the Jackets at no ownership in this game against Darth Vader here. I don't think he's a good goalie by any means. I don't think the Flames are a very good hockey team, and I think the Jackets are better. Merzlikins as well in tournaments. I don't hate him at 7.4K. He fared pretty well in the first matchup between these two. Last game on the slate, Edmonton and Vegas. This is a tough one for me. I don't usually like fading the late night hammer, but I think I'm going to do it here tonight. If I were to pick a side, it would be on the Vegas side. Jack Eichel, Dorfiev, Barbashev. Those are kind of the guys I'd look to here. Shea Theodore as well. Nicholas Roy for sure. Tomas Hertl. Olaf being back is nice for that power play. Skinner's just horrendous. I don't like Skinner a lot or at all. Aiden Hill as a goalie at 7.5K. I think he definitely makes a pool for sure. But overall, I'm under on this game from an offensive standpoint. I think this is like a 3-1 type game, 2-1, something like that. First time these plays, I think it was 3-2. At these price points, they got to do something, and I just don't love it. So I'm off the Edmonton side for sure. And on the Vegas side, I would kind of focus on the power play guys for me and just trying to attack that 77% penalty kill from Edmonton. The only issue is Edmonton's pretty they just don't give up a lot of penalties. So when Vegas does, they have to be efficient out there. But that's going to do it, though, for this quick hit here. I think we got some nice leverage spots here. I like some of the projected ownership I'm seeing, especially on the Caps, on the Hurricanes, Columbus, things like that. Some of my favorite squads here tonight. So that's going to do it. Good luck tonight in those contests. Hope to see those SHIPIT Nation logos at the top for myself, Nadesify. Let's ship it.